Today I am going to explain chapter number 15, that is structure of atom and nuclei. So first of all, I give some introduction about this chapter number 15, that is structure of atom and nuclei. So first of all, in introduction part, some questions are given in your textbook, and it is, what is wave particle duality? So this wave particle duality concept we already studied in chapter number 14. So the light has both particle and wave like nature. Phenomena such as diffraction and interference of light could be explained by treating light as an electromagnetic wave. However, the black body radiation or the photoelectric effect could not explain by the wave nature of light, and this could be explained with the help of de Broglie hypothesis. Thus, both the phenomena could be explained only by accepting that the light has a dual behavior. It means that this light shows the particle nature and it also shows the wave nature. When light interact with matter, it behave as a stream of particle called photon, and when the light propagate, it behave as a electromagnetic wave. So it is explained with the help of this de Broglie hypothesis. Then the next one is, what are matter waves? So this matter wave, again it is related to the de Broglie wave or matter. So according to de Broglie, every moving particle is associated with a wavelength, and this wavelength it is denoted by lambda equals to h upon p, and this p it is nothing but a momentum, and this momentum having value is p equals to mv. So we write this lambda equals to h upon mv. These waves are called matter wave. If we consider v is moved with a zero velocity, this lambda goes up to the infinity, and as this v is tends to infinity and this lambda it goes up to the zero, this implies that the matter waves are associated with a material only if they are moving. तो इसी मैटर वेव में फिर हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था कि दिस मैटर शोज द बोथ द नेचर, पार्टिकल नेचर एंड दिस वेव नेचर, और उसी को हम लोगों ने डिटेल में पढ़ा था चैप्टर नंबर 14 में. देन द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट आर atoms made of? So this atom consists of positive charge nucleus which is 10 raised to power 5 times smaller than its size of atom, and it contains 99.9% of its mass and negatively charged electron. Thus this nucleus itself is made of proton and neutron. तो ये जो स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एटम है इसमें हम लोग पूरा एटम्स के बारे में डिटेल में स्टडी करेंगे. तो ये जो बेसिक कंसेप्ट है इसी में रिलेटेड है, दैट इज़ द थॉमसन एटॉमिक मॉडल. तो ये जो थॉमसन एटॉमिक मॉडल है उसके बाद इसी में हम लोग और भी पढ़ने वाले हैं, दैट इज़ द गाइगर मर्सडन एक्सपेरिमेंट, रुदरफोर्ड एटॉमिक मॉडल, एटॉमिक स्पेक्ट्रा, बोर्स एटॉमिक मॉडल. देन we also study about the atomic nucleus, then nuclear binding energy, radioactive decay, laws of radioactive decay and nuclear energy. तो ये जो जितने भी टॉपिक है उसमें से कुछ कंसेप्ट आप लोगों ने केमिस्ट्री में भी पढ़े होंगे. तो ये जो चैप्टर है काफ़ी इजी है और इजीली आप लोग इसको अंडरस्टैंड कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि ये जो थॉमसन एटॉमिक मॉडल वगैरह भी है ये आप लोग ऑलरेडी अर्लियर स्टैंडर्ड में पढ़ चुके हैं. सो हियर I start with the first one topic, that is the Thomson atomic model. So from the study of discharge of electricity through gases, it becomes clear that an atom consists of positive charge nucleus and negative charge electron. As the atom is electrically neutral, the number of positive and negative charge must be equal. तो एटम जब हम लोग बोलते कि व्हेन एटम इज इलेक्ट्रिकली न्यूट्रल इट मीन्स दैट द नंबर ऑफ पॉजिटिव एंड a negative charge must be equal. A theoretical explanation for the structure of atom is called an atom model. So, in 1898, Sir J. J. Thomson gave the first explanation about the arrangement of positive charge and elect and the electron inside the atom. So, according to him, an atom is a sphere of positive charge having radius of the order of 10 raised to power minus 10 meter. The positive charge is uniformly distributed over the entire sphere. So here we consider diagram. So in that we consider one positive charge nucleus and number of electrons are revolving around it. The positive charge is uniformly distributed over the entire sphere and the electrons are embedded in the sphere of positive charge just like seed in a watermelon or plum in the pudding. For this reason, Thomson atom model is also known as plum pudding model. The total positive charge inside the atom is equal to the total negative charge carried by electron, so that every atom is electrically neutral. The electrons were supposed to be located in the cloud of positive charge such that the system is stable. If the atom gate slightly perturbed, then the electron in the atom oscillate about their equilibrium position and result in the emission of radiation definite frequency in the form of infrared, visible or ultraviolet rays, or we can say that ultraviolet light. But there are this Thomson atomic model having some failure, and here we consider the failure of Thomson atomic model. तो ये क्यों इसको फेल हो गया ये हम लोग देखेंगे. Thomson atom model is a model for the atom only apparently. It had to be discarded because of the following reason. So first reason is it could not explain the origin of spectral line in the form of series as in case of this hydrogen atom. तो ये जो थॉमसन एटॉमिक मॉडल फेलियर क्यों हो गया? बिकॉज इसका फर्स्ट क्या है रीज़न? इट कुड नॉट एक्सप्लेन द ओरिजिन ऑफ स्पेक्ट्रल लाइन in the form of series as in case of hydrogen atom. It could not account for the scattering of alpha particle through large angle as in case of this Rutherford alpha scattering experiment. So these are the failure of this Thomson atomic model. तो ये जो अभी फेलियर हो गया, लेकिन इसको फिर भी हम लोगों को एटम स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एटम्स एंड न्यूक्लियस को पढ़ना तो है. तो इसीलिए फिर नेक्स्ट वाला साइंटिस्ट है दैट इज़ रुदरफोर्ड. ही इंट्रोड्यूस द रुदरफोर्ड एटमिक मॉडल. तो इसी रुदरफोर्ड एटमिक मॉडल को ही फिर बोला गया है दैट इज़ द रुदरफोर्ड अल्फा स्कैटरिंग एक्सपेरिमेंट. तो रुदरफोर्ड ने अल्फा स्कैटरिंग एक्सपेरिमेंट को स्टडी करके ही रुदरफोर्ड एटमिक मॉडल को एक्सप्लेन किया है. Rutherford and his two associates, that is the Geiger and Marsden, studied the scattering of alpha particles from a thin gold foil in order to investigate the structure of atom. An alpha particle is a positive charge particle. So here this Rutherford considered द अल्फा पार्टिकल, तो अल्फा पार्टिकल प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए उसी ने फिर यूज़ किया है, दैट इज़ द रेडियो एक्टिव सोर्स. सो हियर कंसिडर द सेकेंड वन डायग्राम. सो इन दैट डायग्राम, first of all, one lead activity is considered. So inside this lead activity, one radioactive source is kept. Then after that, whenever the rays are scattered, then it pass through the lead plate with slit. Then also the thin gold foil it is used. Then after that it get scattered, and whenever it scatter, it gives a different angle. So here in that figure, some rays are shows, that is the scattering of alpha particles. Then one screen is there, that is a ZNS coated screen, that is the alpha particle detector. And this, whenever these rays are emitted and it fall on the screen, then it produce a lightning. Hence here we write the light flash due to alpha particle. So here first of all, consider an alpha particle is a positive charged particle having a mass equal to that of helium atom, and positive charge is magnitude equal to twice the charge on an electron. They are found to be emitted by many radioactive elements. The alpha particle scattering experiment provided very useful information about the structure of atom. So, first of all, in the experimental arrangement, consider the alpha particle, that is, it produced from the radioactive source, contained in a lead cavity. It contained in a lead cavity, are collimated into a narrow beam with the help of lead plate having a narrow slit as shown in figure. A narrow beam of alpha particle then falls on the thin gold foil, and this gold foil, it is thick about, that is this 2.1 into 10 raised to power minus 7 meter thickness. The alpha particles scatter in different direction were detected with the help of this alpha particle detector. Then the whole apparatus was arranged inside a vacuum chamber to prevent the scattering of alpha particle from air. तो ये जो पूरा होल अरेंजमेंट है, ये किस में केप्ट है? इट केप्ट इनसाइड अ वैक्यूम चेम्बर टू प्रिवेंट द स्कैटरिंग ऑफ अल्फा पार्टिकल फ्रॉम एयर, from these air molecules. So here from this experiment some observations are occur. So in that, first one is, most of the alpha particle were found to pass through the gold foil without any appreciable deflection. Then the different alpha particle in passing through the gold foil undergo different amount of deflection. A large number of alpha particles suffer fairly large deflection. A very small number of alpha particles practically retrace their path or suffer a deflection of nearly 180 degree. तो डिफ्लेक्शन यहाँ पे कहाँ तक हो रहा है? It is up to the 180 degree. Now for that one graph is given. So here I draw one graph. In this graph, here along the x-axis we consider the theta. This theta denotes the deflection, and along the y-axis we consider the z. So here first of all consider that the graph between the total number of n particles, that is the theta, scattered through the angle, that is the theta, and the scattering of angle was found to be as shown in figure. So here we consider along the y axis we consider the n. ठीक है, मैंने पहले z बोला था, वो क्या है आप लोगों का n है. दिस n डिनोट्स द टोटल नंबर ऑफ अल्फा पार्टिकल्स. ठीक है, तो वहाँ से लिखते टाइम मैंने हॉरिजेंटली लिख लिया है, तो वहाँ पे वो आएगा n. दिस n डिनोट्स द टोटल नंबर ऑफ अल्फा पार्टिकल एंड along the x-axis we consider the scattering angle, that is this theta. The alpha particles scatter from the gold foil. The alpha particles scatter from the gold foil are very heavy particle, about 7,000 times heavier than electron, and it possesses a high initial speed. This Thomson atomic model cannot explain the scattering of alpha particle through large angle and particularly through 180-degree. It is because the light particle like electron cannot deflect the massive alpha particle through 180-degree. Hence, to explain the above experiment, Rutherford assumed that the scattering of alpha particle from the gold atom was to be Coulomb's interaction between the positive charge of alpha particle and positive charge of this gold atom. On that basis, he theoretically calculated the number of alpha particles that could be deflected through angle, that is theta. The theoretical graph between n and theta was found to be field agreement with the graph as shown in the figure. So here it is clear that the experimental observation lead this Rutherford to the following conclusion. First one conclusion is, since most of the alpha particle pass undeviated and the atom has a lot of empty space in it, since the fast and a heavy alpha particle could be deflected even through 180-degree, the whole of the positive charge and practically entire mass of this atom was considered as an extremely small central core and it is called nucleus. Okay, तो इसी को क्या बोला गया, this central core, it is known as this nucleus. Since about this 8,000 of this alpha particle is deflected through a 180-degree, the size of this nucleus is about 1 upon 10,000 of the size of this atom. Thus the scattering of this different alpha particle through the different angle was explained on this nuclear model of an atom. तो यहाँ पे ये जो न्यूक्लियर एटम ऑफ दिस मॉडल यहाँ पे दैट इज द रदरफोर्ड एटम मॉडल जो कंसीडर किया गया है, इसमें क्या एक्सप्लेन किया गया है, इट एक्सप्लेन द स्कैटरिंग ऑफ दिस अल्फा पार्टिकल. तो on the basis of this result of this scattering of this alpha scattering experiment, the Rutherford suggests the following points. In that, first one is, the atom may be considered as a sphere of diameter 10 raised to power minus 10 meter, but whole of the positive charge and almost the entire mass of atom is concentrated in a small central core called nucleus having diameter about 10 raised to power minus 14 meter. तो रुदरफोर्ड ने ही फिर पॉइंट्स कुछ सजेस्ट किए, उसी में से फर्स्ट वन क्या सजेस्ट किया है, द सेंट्रल पार्ट ऑफ दिस एटम इट इज़ नोन एज दिस न्यूक्लियस एंड हैविंग डायमीटर इज 10 raised to power minus 14 meter. Then second one is, the nucleus is surrounded by electrons. In other words, electrons are spread over the remaining part of atom, leaving plenty of empty space in the atom. Then third one is, as the atom is electrically neutral, then the total positive charge on the nucleus is equals to the total negative charge of the electron in the atom. Then Rutherford also suggests that the electron inside the atom are not stationary, for if they were at rest, they could be pulled into positive nucleus due to strong electrostatic force of attraction between nucleus and electron. तो रुदरफोर्ड ने और क्या सजेस्ट किया? देयर एग्जिस्ट इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन बिटवीन positive charge nucleus and negatively charged electron. He assumed that the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in circular orbit, the necessary centripetal force being provided to them by electrostatic force of attraction between the electrons and nucleus. तो ये जो इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फोर्स इट इज बैलेंस्ड बाय दिस नेसेसरी सेंट्रिपिटल फोर्स प्रोवाइडेड by this center of this atom. So here this is about the Rutherford atomic model. तो ये जो Rutherford atomic model यहाँ पे कंसिडर किया गया है, so this Rutherford atomic model it shows some merits. So first of all we consider the merits related to this Rutherford model of atom. So according to number one, according to this Rutherford atomic model, the space between the orbit of electron and the nucleus is mostly empty. Hence, most of the alpha particle pass through the empty space undeflected, and a very few which are in direct line with the tiny nucleus or are extremely close to it, and it get repelled and get deflected through a large angle. Thus the model explain the observation from this Geiger-Marsden model. So ये जो हम लोगों ने रुदरफोर्ड अल्फा स्कैटरिंग एक्सपेरिमेंट जो पढ़ा है, तो ये जो मॉडल फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सजेस्ट किया था दैट इज़ दिस गाइगर-मर्सडन, ये दो साइंटिस्ट थे, उन्होंने ये इंट्रोड्यूस किया था. इसी का यूज़ करके फिर रुदरफोर्ड ने भी इसी एक्सपेरिमेंट को स्टडी करके और उसने अपने व्यूज़ अपने ऑब्जर्वेशन यहाँ पे इंट्रोड्यूस किए गए हैं, इसीलिए उसको बोला जाता है दैट इज़ द रुदरफोर्ड एटॉमिक मॉडल. तो इसी में से सेकेंड वन है, इसी का मेरिट है, इट ऑल्सो एक्सप्लेन ड्यू टू large mass of nucleus, it is not affected by force when applied on an atom. As a result, only negative charge electrons are emitted by atom and not the positively charged particle. So these are the merits of this Rutherford atomic model. But this Rutherford also face some difficulty while studying this atomic model. So here we consider the difficulties with this Rutherford model. So here the circular motion of this circular motion is accelerated motion. ठीक है, जो भी circular motion है वो क्या है? accelerated motion है. And according to this Maxwell equation, this accelerated charge, this radiates energy. The electron should continuously emits energy, and this implies that the energy of accelerated electron should therefore continuously decreases, and it follows the inward spiral path to finally fall into the nucleus. However, the electrons revolve around the nucleus without falling into it. The Rutherford model of atom could not explain the stability of this atom. Okay, तो फर्स्ट डिफिकल्टी क्या है उसका, रुदरफोर्ड का, कि it doesn't explain the stability of this atom. Then second difficulty is when electron follow inward spiral path, their angular velocity and hence the frequency would increase continuously. As a result, They could emit energy with continuous increasing frequency or continuous decreasing wavelength. So, this atom should emit a continuous spectra, but experimentally it is observed that it is a contradiction with this explanation. All the atoms emits line spectra, that is the spectra of well-defined frequency or the wavelength. Thus, the Rutherford model could not explain this atomic spectra. तो ये जो एटॉमिक स्पेक्ट्रा है इसके बारे में भी एक्सप्लेनेशन ये रुदरफोर्ड ने नहीं दिया है। तो इसीलिए फिर आगे चल के इसी एटॉमिक स्पेक्ट्रा को फिर स्टडी किया गया है और इसी को बोला जाता है दैट इज़ द हाइड्रोजन एटम स्पेक्ट्रम। और उसी हाइड्रोजन एटम स्पेक्ट्रम में फिर डिफरेंट वेवलेंथ और फ्रीक्वेंसी के ऊपर वहाँ पे डिफरेंट सीरीज़ वहाँ पे ऑब्ज़र्व किया जाता है। तो जो सीरीज़ है वहीं पे दैट इज़ द लेमन सीरीज़ है, बाल्मर सीरीज़ है, पास्चन सीरीज़, देन पीफंड सीरीज़। सो दीज आर द डिफरेंट सीरीज़ आर ऑब्ज़र्व इन atomic spectra. So here in details we study about this atomic spectra. Next topic is atomic spectra. So first of all the question arises, what is mean by this spectrum? This spectrum having different type. This spectrum it is classified into this continuous spectrum, line spectrum. So in that we study about the continuous spectrum only. So when this metallic object is heated, it emits a radiation of different wavelength, and when this radiation is passed through prism, then a continuous spectrum is formed. तो continuous spectrum कैसे form हो रहा है? When this metallic object get heated, then it emits a radiation, and this radiation pass through prism, then it emits a continuous spectrum. So here in atomic spectra we study about the hydrogen spectrum. तो अभी हाइड्रोजन स्पेक्ट्रम के लिए यहाँ पे फिर हाइड्रोजन गैस कंसीडर करेंगे. सो व्हेन हाइड्रोजन गैस इज हीटेड inside a glass tube to higher temperature, then it emits a radiation, and when this radiation is passed through prism, then a hydrogen spectrum is formed. So whenever this hydrogen gas is heated to high temperature, then it emits a radiation, and this radiation having a different wavelength. So this different wavelength are, that is the 410 nanometer, then second one is having the wavelength is 434 nanometer, then 486 nanometer, then 656 nanometer. So these are the different wavelength emitted from this radiation. Then तो ये जो वेवलेंथ यहाँ पे है 410 से लेके तो 656. So all these are for the visible region. It means that it shows the visible spectrum. So when this wavelength are allowed to pass through prism, then the lines are seen in the spectrum called emission line, and it also emits a radiation of specific wavelength in ultraviolet region, then infrared region, and invisible region. So this spectral line can be divided into number of groups, and this number of groups called it as a series, and its name is given as, that is the Lyman series, Balmer series, Paschen series, Brackett series, and Pfund series. And these series are studied by the scientists, that is Lyman, Balmer, Paschen, Brackett, and Pfund. That's why its name is Lyman series, Balmer series, Paschen series, Brackett, and Pfund series. Hence we say that the spectral line can be divided into a group known as series with name of the scientists who study them. The series starting from shorter wavelength and going to the larger wavelength. So this series is start from the lower wavelength to higher wavelength, and this wavelength, in that first one is the Lamont series, then Balmer series, Paschen series, Brackett series, and Piedmont series, etc. So in each series, the separation. So here in the next diagram, we consider the Lamont, Balmer, Paschen series in hydrogen spectrum. So here I draw only the three series. In that, first one is the Lamont series, and this Lamont series start from this 120 nanometer, and then here this Lamont limit is 90 nm. Then for this Balmer series, start from the wavelength that is the 600 nanometer, and its limit is Balmer limit is that is this 400 nanometer. And then next one is the Paschen series. This Paschen series, it is start at this 2 micrometer, and its Paschen limit is 0.5 micrometer. So here in each series the separation between the successive line decreases. तो यहाँ पे different successive lines यहाँ पे given है, तो ये जो distance between the two successive lines यहाँ पे given है, it get decreases as we go toward the shorter wavelength and they reach a limiting value. ठीक है, तो जैसे जैसे डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द सक्सेसिव लाइन डिक्रीज हो रहा है, इट मीन्स दैट वो सीरीज अभी कहाँ तक जाएगा, इट रीच अप टू इट्स लिमिट. तो इसीलिए फिर यहाँ पे लिखा है लास्ट में इन दैट फिगर हियर वी राइट Lamont सीरीज, Balmer सीरीज एंड Paschen सीरीज. सो the observed wavelength of the emission line are found to obey the following relation, that is 1 upon lambda it is equals to r, then in bracket we write 1 upon n square minus 1 upon n square, where lambda denotes the wavelength of a line. This r is known as constant. This lambda denotes the wavelength of a line, and this r is known as the constant, and n and m it denotes the integer, and this integer can be written as that is n equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 and so on. So respectively for this Lamont series, Balmer series, Paschen series and so on. So in that case here it is considered that this m is greater than n. Then the wavelength decreases with the increasing in m. The successive line in a given series come closer and closer and ultimately reach the value of lambda, and it is equals to n square upon r in the limit when this m is tends to infinity. So here in the given formula, that is this 1 upon lambda it is equals to r, then in bracket we write 1 upon n square minus 1 upon m square. तो यहाँ पे ये जो n and m both are the integer, तो both अगर integer है, so here we consider one case, this m is tends to infinity. अगर m tends to infinity अगर हम लोग लिखते हैं, so in that case we write this lambda it is equals to n square upon r. ठीक है, तो उसी इक्वेशन को हम लोगों ने रीअरेंज किया है. By rearranging this equation, we write this lambda equals to n square upon r in the limit that is m is tends to infinity for different value of n. तो ये जो भी यहाँ पे Lamont सीरीज, Balmer सीरीज, Paschen सीरीज यहाँ पे लिखा है, यहाँ पे तो सिर्फ 3 ही सीरीज यहाँ पे मैंने ड्रॉ किया है, लेकिन आगे में चल के हम लोगों को हाइड्रोजन स्पेक्ट्रम और डिटेल्स में पढ़ना है और उसी में हम लोग डिफरेंट सीरीज पढ़ने वाला है. तो ये जो हम लोगों ने एक फॉर्मूला जो पढ़ा है दैट इज 1 अपॉन लैम्बडा इट इज इक्वल्स टू आर, इन ब्रैकेट वी राइट 1 अपॉन एन स्क्वायर माइनस 1 अपॉन एन स्क्वायर, उसी से रिलेटेड एक न्यूमेरिकल हम लोग देखेंगे. सो हियर इन द न्यूमेरिकल इट इज गिवन दैट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल डिटरमाइन द सीरीज लिमिट ऑफ बाल्मर, डिटरमाइन the series limit of Balmer, Paschen and Piedmont series. Given the limit for Lamont series is 912 Armstrong. So first of all in solution we write the given. The given is the series limit of Lamont series, that is 912 Armstrong. Then in that numerical we find out the series limit for first one है Balmer, second one है Paschen, and third one is Pfund series. So here we use the formula, that is 1 upon lambda, it is equals to r. In bracket we write 1 upon n square minus 1 upon m square. And we know that this n and m are the integer, this r is the constant, and this lambda denotes the wavelength. So that this, from this formula we write first one, that is for series limit. Here we consider the series limit, that is m equals to infinity. Okay, that is this m is tends to infinity. So in that case we write this lambda, it is equals to n square upon r. Okay, then अगर ये लिखते उसी के बाद हम लोगों को पहले फाइंड आउट करना है, दैट इज फर्स्ट वन वहाँ पे लिखा है टू फाइंड द सीरीज लिमिट फॉर बाल्मर, पास्चर एंड पीफंड, लेकिन सबसे पहले हम लोग फाइंड आउट करेंगे फॉर लेमन सीरीज के लिए. तो हियर हम लोग यहाँ पे सीरीज के लिए वन बाय वन जाएंगे. सो हियर वी राइट दिस फॉर लेमन सीरीज n equals to 1. Whenever we consider this n equals to 1, then we write lambda l, it is for Lemon series. So lambda l, it is equals to n square upon r, and it is equals to 1 square upon r, it is equals to 1 upon r, and it is equals to 912 Armstrong. Then the second series is the Balmer series. For this Balmer series we write here n equals to 2, and we use the formula, that is lambda b, it is equals to, again we use the same formula, that is n square upon r, and it is equals to 2 square upon r, and it is equals to 4 upon r, and it is equals to 4 into 912, because the series limit of Lemon series, it is given to you, that is the 912. So here we write this 4 into 912, and it is equals to 3648 Armstrong. Then the next series is the Paschen series. For this Paschen series, here we write this n equals to 3. Then again we use the same formula, and here we write this lambda p, and it is equals to 3 square upon r, it is equals to 9 upon r, and it is equals to 9 into 912, and it is equals to 8208 Armstrong. Then the next series is for Pfund series. तो यहाँ पे अभी Pfund series के लिए फिर हम लोग क्या लिखेंगे, for this Pfund series is n equals to 5. Okay, अगर n equals to 5 here we write, so we write lambda pf. Okay, lambda pf, it is equals to 5 square upon r, and it is equals to 25 into 912, and it is equals to 22800 Armstrong. So these are the series limit of different series, that is the Balmer, Pasteur and Pfund. So in answer we write the series limit of first one, that is Balmer series, is 3648 Armstrong. Then second one is the Paschen series, is 8208 Armstrong. Then third one is the Pfund series, is 22800 Armstrong. So this is one numerical, it is related to formula, that is 1 upon lambda, it is equals to r. In bracket we write 1 upon n square minus 1 upon m square. तो यहाँ पे जो सीरीज आती है, तो सीरीज के डिफरेंट यहाँ पे नेम्स है, दैट इज़ द फर्स्ट वन सीरीज आता है लेमन सीरीज, सेकेंड आता है बाल्मर सीरीज, थर्ड आता है पास्चन सीरीज, देन फोर्थ वन इज नोन एज द ब्रैकेट सीरीज. फोर्थ वन कौन सा है, ब्रैकेट सीरीज. अगर ब्रैकेट सीरीज यहाँ पे पूछा जाता था तो हियर वी राइट दिस n इक्वल्स टू 4 हम लोग यूज़ करके भी ब्रैकेट सीरीज के लिए भी हम लोग यहाँ पे वेवलेंथ को फाइंड आउट कर सकते थे. ठीक है, लेकिन न्यूमेरिकल में हम लोगों को सिर्फ 3 ही सीरीज पूछा है, लेकिन अगर ब्रैकेट सीरीज आता था तो हम लोग क्या लिखेंगे वहाँ पे n इक्वल्स टू 4 लिखेंगे हम लोग. ठीक है, और n इक्वल्स टू 4 लिख के फिर हम लोग लैम्डा इक्वल्स टू 4 स्क्वायर अपॉन r, तो वही पूरा फिर यूज करके हम लोग सिंप्लीफाइड करेंगे. एंड द नेक्स्ट वन दैट इज द लास्ट वन सीरीज इज द पी फंड सीरीज. एंड फॉर दिस पी फंड सीरीज हियर वी यूज दिस n इक्वल्स टू 5. ठीक है, तो इसीलिए ये जो इंटीजर यहाँ पे कंसिडर किया है दैट इज n इक्वल्स टू 1 फॉर लेमन, then n equals to 2 for Balmer series, n equals to 3 for Paschen, and n equals to 5 for P-Fund series. So this is one numerical related to the formula that is 1 upon lambda, it is equals to r, then in bracket we write 1 upon n square minus 1 upon m square.